7 p.m. We need to approve the agenda. We need to approve the minutes, warrants, correspondence, board resolution, park and recreation update and town picnic, coronavirus local fiscal recover funding, CLFRF, sheriff's office, traffic ordinance, town hall update, public comment, executive session, personnel, executive session, legal contract, adjourn. All right, we need to add Bruce Richardson and bylaw hearing dates. So we're going to take off the excess weight permits on number 5, and we're going to make Joel 5A.
Which is the sheriff's department.
It's the sheriff's department, excuse me, yep. Yes. And Bruce 5B. With that, can I entertain a motion, please?
Make a motion to accept the agenda, approve the agenda with the additions and changes.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye. Jamie?
Aye.
All right. Approval of minutes of June 16th, 2021.
I move we approve the minutes of June 16th, 2021.
Second it.
Any discussion? Ronnie?
Abstain.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye.
Aye.
Jamie? Minutes of June 17th, 2021.
Move we approve the minutes of June 17th, 2021.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye.
Aye.
Jamie? Minutes of June 24th. I only see one little thing that we have to fix for the fair date. It says July 1st. It should be July 31st.
Move we approve the minutes of June 24th with the correction.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye. Jamie?
Aye.
All right. Warrants? Pownal payroll 630 to for $2,105.77. Excuse me, that's an 8. $2,185.77. Can I entertain a motion?
So move.
Second.
Second.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye. Jamie?
Aye.
Payroll ending 7/2 in the amount of $9,134.17.
Move we approve payroll ending 7/2.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye. Jamie?
Aye.
Payroll ending 7/9/2021 for $10,889.63.
Move we approve payroll ending 7/9.
Second?
Second.
Anybody?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Anybody?
Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye. Jamie?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. This is accounts payable from 6:30 to, that's it, 6:30. For $9,851.91.
So move. Second.
So we're gonna open this up to public comment right now to see if anybody has a comment or a question about this payroll. If you have a comment or a question about this payroll, please raise your hand.
That's accounts payable,
Right, accounts payable,
not payroll.
not payroll, no.
Sorry.
Right.
Is there anybody out there, Megan?
There's no one here.
Okay, so I had a motion, can I have a motion on the table?
Yeah.
We have it.
Okay, any discussion from us?
Is that the one that we adjusted, Tim? The 6:30, because there was a mistake in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you good?
Yes, I'm good. I just want to make sure that that's the one that we adjusted because, okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's on there. I just
Okay.
want to make sure.
All right. Ronnie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Angie, I, Jamie.
Aye.
I already signed all these, correct? Yes, I did.
Don't know.
All right.
I just want to make sure because that's the one that I had signed.
Okay. Yep. Accounts payable, 7/2 in the amount of $70,069.14. So if there's anybody out there that has a comment or a question, please raise your hand.
We approved that warrant ending 7/2, accounts payable.
Second it.
All right. Is there anybody, Megan, raising their hand?
There's no one here.
All right, I have a motion on the table. Bob?
Aye.
Oh, I skipped Ronnie. Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie, I. Jamie?
Aye.
Does that mean Bob voted twice?
No.
I'm kidding, relax. Good
Good Lord. Are you trying to get me in trouble?
A little bit.
Just a little bit? Thanks. I appreciate it. All right. So there was no public comment. Warrants are done. So now we're going to ask Joe Howard from the Sheriff's Department. All right. It's time to sign the contract again this year. The fee is still $45 per hour. And we've always had, well, this past year we had 30 hours.
Right.
And he is here to see if we would like to keep it at 30 or raise it to 32 and then sign the contract. So what is anybody's pleasure?
Leave it alone. We're doing great.
Do we know what we budgeted, Tim, for the fiscal year right now?
I was curious about that.
I thought we increased.
We
When we,
thought about it and we changed our mind.
I think that's true. I think we thought about it and kept it.
okay, I
Believe it
But-
alone.
but
I know we had
let's
talked about
check
it.
Because I don't remember.
I don't remember exactly, but I know we had talked about it and I thought we had talked about the increase. So I just want to make sure we're doing what we
Said, yep.
had budgeted for.
Joel, are you comfortable with the 30 hours? You're able to do everything that you need to do and,
30 hour,
yeah,
there's never enough time in the day, we all know that.
right.
It's at 65 and it is the same as last year.
It is the same.
65,000.
Okay.
Okay. So what would anybody like to do? Everybody want to keep it the same or?
Working.
I would motion that we keep the contract the same and renew it.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any other discussion?
I think that this budget season, I'd like to revisit that again for sure, as we would anyways. But I think that we should seriously consider upping that. And I'm just gonna throw it out there, a number. I think we should up it 5 hours a week and seriously consider that. It's a couple $100 a week.
It's
Give or take.
right. So if you're at 65,000 at 30 hours, you would add another third of that. So about 20,000 to go to 40 hours, right?
If you went to 40 hours, but if we
Went to
if we upped it from 30 to 35 hours,
then it would be another 10,000.
then it would be right. And that's, I just think we should think about that.
I'm ballparking it, but I just want to.
Exactly. So just food for thought.
Okay,
I agree with that because we've had a lot more activity.
we've had a lot of
There's
activity.
been a lot of activity in the past year, and I think the visibility has been increased by our sheriffs, by the sheriffs who are here. So
We still have the 5 hours coming from VASA, right? But that's strictly for trail enforcement, like.
So yes, we
Yeah.
need to do that as well, but we also have speed enforcement.
Yep.
So, I mean, we're actually paying for it. But the difference is when we're on grant time, ATV time, we don't normally answer calls.
Right.
like a
Right,
domestic or whatever.
My point was, it's
Because
hopefully it's
you have to be related to what the cause of the grant is for.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
That's what they're paying
Yeah,
for.
absolutely. But my point was that it lessens the calls though. Those are calls that if we didn't have that,
I don't know if
would be
you guys
coming
noticed,
in.
We have had a significant drop in the call volume as far as ATV goes, because we've been speaking with locals and it's been being calmed down. Everybody is understanding they're having to work on that. So having to be on certain trails, they have to be registered, they have to be inspected, insured, I'm sorry. And it seems to calm down even when I was talking with some other people who complain regularly, they seem to calm down quite a bit. So we're working on it. I mean, we still got a ways to go.
We can't hear.
Oh,
You can't hear Joel?
No,
Yeah, I think
is the microphone over there, I believe, yep.
Yep.
We're on over here.
you gotta come over this way.
Sorry, Joel, you gotta come up to the table.
Plus the volume was down, the volume was down a little bit when we were listening to you, Megan, so, yeah.
So, yeah, you still have your ATV, yes. We do other, we do have speed enforcement and DUI. Obviously, COVID cured quite a bit of that, so we didn't have any of that going on. But we still have the truck guys that come down and work with us. And like I said, when we're out on those other grants in town, we don't answer specific calls. Like, for instance, like you said, domestic, we don't answer those during the grant time because we're out for a certain purpose.
Right.
It's a high visibility contact thing. But yeah, we've slowed down a lot of the ATV complaints. I think we've got a lot of that calmed down, and we still got a ways to go. Obviously, we still have the illegals, and we're catching them slowly, and they are creating their own problems, and we're able to solve some of them for them. So,
Okay,
Good to hear.
good to hear. I think you guys are doing a phenomenal job. I see you out and about all the time.
I know if there's a problem, they usually get a hold of him, and he gets right a hold of me, and I'm within
worked great.
a couple of minutes, I'm usually responding right back to him. So.
I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so I have a motion on the table, and did I have a second?
Yeah.
Okay, any further discussion? Ronnie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Angie, Jamie,
Aye.
thank you so much for coming in. Joel,
Time you guys know that. If you need me, you know how to get a hold of me.
so is this the original that you want me to
What
sign?
you do is sign it, and then what I'll do is have the sheriff sign it, and we'll send you back a copy of it signed by both parties.
All right. Thank you very much. What's today, the 8th?
8th.
Thank you that way.
Thank you very much. All
All
right. Thank you.
Thanks, Joel.
Have a great night.
Stay safe.
Mr. Richardson, you can come up to the table, please.
Yeah, my wife's always complaining because that I don't talk loud enough, so I better, get up to the microphone anyway. I hope people have had a chance to see a letter
Yeah.
sent regarding the results of our timber bids, and I was very pleased with the results.
Good.
Kind of over and above what I was expecting on both sides of with Mr. Boyce's as well. His was within a couple $1,000s. It was basically, the same amount of timber on each parcel, and both of them yielded about the same amount of money. So, I've done a lot of business with Allard in the past, and they're fully capable of doing kind of work that we need to be done. So as stated, I, recommend that we move forward. If
You're confident that the roads are gonna be put to where, and that's your job anyway.
that's part of my job, and of course it'll all be included in the contract.
Right. Okay.
I did bring a copy. Well, this is actually one that we used. It's basically, standard terminology throughout. This was one that we actually had when we cleaned up the blowdown from the hurricane there back in 2004. It was a little bit different because it was done on a mill scale sale, whereas this will be a lump sum. So I'll leave one that shows the lump sum and, you know, just this, like I said, the standard stipulations, you know, what's included in there, and you can look it over, and if there's any additions or whatever you'd like to have put in. As far as payment terms, I know Mr. Boyce was looking for 20% at the signing and then the remainder before the timber is harvested. So if, you know, if that's all right with you, we could go with something similar. Or,
I think keeping it.
you know,
simple
that ties it up, you know, and gives them enough money to
Yeah, they gotta have some operating.
make them feel comfortable.
That's right.
But like I said, you know, that's only to tie it up, you know, the 20%. Everything will be paid before they cut a sticks.
Right.
Performance deposit, I asked for $5,000 to cover any, you know, any necessary cleanup or anything that the damages that may occur or whatever. I'm requiring that for both pieces, so.
Okay.
Each piece will be covered. You know, workman's comp, certificate of insurance will be furnished. Things of that nature, so.
I'm comfortable with that. You know, I mean, obviously, this is what we have Bruce for, and if he's confident with it, I think we, you know, I move that we accept the timber sale from Allard Lumber Company at the price they have on there.
38,560.
Yeah, $38,561. And we follow the terms of agreement that Mr. Richardson has supplied and has suggested.
And as I mentioned at the last meeting that I attended here, I was looking to give them, you know, a 2 summer window of opportunity to get that done. So contract would run through September 30th of 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, just in talking with Allard's timber buyer at the time of the bids, you know, he kind of thought that they might want to get started this summer, which is perfect for,
right.
I just as soon see him get started too, knowing, you know, we were dry as a bone here
Yeah.
a month ago, and in the last few weeks, we've kind of been trying to play catch up in the rain department, so.
You know, we all have web feet.
Yeah, so we know how it can play out, and, you know.
It is Vermont.
But yeah, that would give them an opportunity to have, if they need to, you know, work next summer as well, and, you know.
Well, I think that.
Hopefully we wouldn't have to extend it for any length of time, but.
Well, I think that plays along with my motion to, you know, go with your agreement, your, whatever you suggest for it.
Right.
Your recommendation is
Right.
fine with me as well.
Yeah,
So I'll second.
it. Oh,
Go ahead. You're gonna second it?
Second the motion.
Okay. Any further discussion? Bonnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? Aye. Jamie?
Aye. Okay, so then I'll go ahead and get started on getting contract together and getting your check. And I guess the only other thing is that I will put together some type of agreement between the town and myself regarding
Right.
how I'm going to get
Right.
reimbursed for my time and efforts. So I will do that as well. That's about it. If nobody else has any other questions.
I'm good.
I'm good.
And, you know, we appreciate the work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
And the way that, you know, hopefully this timber market will stay together. And, you know, there are a couple other areas on the tannery woodlands that, you know, one in particular on the original town of Pownal woodlot. It's been, you know, over 20 years since we cut that piece, and that's over.
What is our plan on that? We have a plan for that.
That's right. We do have a management plan that was formulated. I think that was
A while ago.
too long ago.
Yep.
We're probably almost due for an overall revision, or at least a update
Yep.
on a harvest schedule or something like that.
Okay.
So I should look into that as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see something clear cut, but I'm a huge proponent for going in and cleaning up and.
Well, that particular piece is, halfway decent oak stand that we went in, did the selective harvest.
It's just.
And it's time now,
Right.
I know it's grown considerable, and
To me, it's the forest management, and I'm in the woods all the time. Forest management is not just cutting the trees. It's better for everything.
right. Well,
No.
and granted, with our limitations that we do have on the mountain there,
Right.
at least be focusing on those areas that are productive and then that can produce some wood, and
Right.
areas that have been more or less designated for harvesting according to our plan that was formulated.
Yeah. I mean, it's just better for everything, all the animals and birds and whatever. It's better for everything. I don't have to tell you, that's what you do, but.
All right, well, I guess then
So I think we'd be open to looking, I would be open to an updated forest management plan. If we're out of date that far, I think we should probably think about doing that. Having that
That's a
done.
good idea.
well, it might not happen till.
I understand that,
Into
but-
the first of next year.
Right.
With my use value updates and things like that I have.
Right,
20 some odd of them that are coming due this particular year. So
right. No, I understand that. I just think it's
not that it would be really involved to just take an overall look, and
just something I think it would be beneficial.
Swallow Hill piece is one that has been kind of neglected too for a while. We did some stuff there to begin with, some small patch cuts, and
Right.
There again, we haven't done too much over that area. It's time.
No, I think it is.
There's some pretty decent wood that's come along there.
And it's just better for everything involved.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce.
Have a good night. Try to stay dry, because I think it's gonna rain again. Okay.
Hence the raindrops out there now.
I know, right?
Yeah, there you go, Bob Kovacic.
Okay, thanks. Correspondence. We had a letter from the state of Vermont on the vaccine clinic, and they would like to set up a small little clinic at the Pownal Fair. I'm all for it. I have no problem, but do you think that they should speak to Nell and Jim Winchester?
Yeah, I would say yes. Give them the cut.
That we are okay with it, but they need to contact them.
Yep.
Is everybody okay with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's completely walk-in, it's free.
Right, it's a pop-up free clinic for the vaccine. It's a one shot.
Johnson & Johnson.
Yep. Okay, that was it for correspondence. Bond resolution. That's you, sir.
Yep, we are in the final throes of approving the bond. So all the paperwork came through, and it will go to close on the 29th of July. So tonight, what we have to do is pass a resolution or pass a motion that you approve the resolution and then sign all the paperwork for us to send to the lawyer. And at that time is when the interest rate will be locked in at the end of the month.
I think we're in a hurry to lock in the interest rate.
Yeah,
Just remind us what the rate was.
I think it was like 2%
Yeah, okay.
quoted.
I move we approve the bond resolution and move forward with that.
Any further discussion? Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie, I, Jamie?
Aye.
I'll pass this around for us to sign it at the end of the meeting because there's a lot of stuff in there.
People that
Okay.
aren't up to date, that's for the town hall project.
Correct. Yes, it's the bond.
Okay. Parks and Recreation update, town picnic. Is that Rebecca? Is she on?
That was Jennifer. She said she may not be able to make it until later. If we could put her
Okay.
later in the agenda.
Okay, we can skip over that for right now.
With the understanding that if Jennifer
Shows up,
then
yes.
that we will come back to that.
Absolutely. Yep. All right, coronavirus local fiscal recovery funding, CLFRF.
Right, and that is the new fancy name, or one of them, for the ARPA funds. So a couple weeks ago, we went through and approved Ellen and myself to submit the proposal. Since that time,
Bless you.
BLCT has come out with guidance because there was a lot of confusion when people got in there to do it of who the authorized rep should be and who the contact person is and how the board should approve the acceptance of the funds. So they put out this guidance and for us to submit 3 new motions to approve receiving the funds. And the second is that the clarification for the authorized representative, it needs to be someone who has the authority to do a contract, put the town in contract, which would be someone from the board. And then the contact person for myself, since I'll be doing the administrative piece.
Right. So Andy would most likely be the contract person.
Yep, the authorized rep, yes.
Or
Here's the verbiage of the motion. And then we've already submitted. So based on this, all I have to do is send an email to them clarifying who the authorized rep is.
right. We've already talked to Alan as far as making a line item for it. Like that.
Yep. We'll create a new fund for that.
Just one question on this, Tim.
Yep.
Should we have, is there any, and maybe you don't even know the answer to it, I don't know. Is there anything on here for, if we appointed just one contact person, is there anything that would be time sensitive? Like if Angie, if we appointed you, if she was on vacation somewhere, should we appoint 2?
So
Or can we appoint 2?
I don't believe you can.
Okay.
You actually submit it asks you for the names and there's just a place for one.
Okay.
And it's primarily who has to sign the documentation, which you've already signed.
Yep.
For following the Civil Rights Act and those things.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure if it was anything that was going to be time sensitive, if whoever was appointed that person, but I would assume not that much.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Most of it's who has to sign things when we have to report to Treasury.
Okay, fine. Any other discussion?
No.
Good. I move the town of Pownal accept its allocation of coronavirus local fiscal recovery funding, CLFRF, from the U.S. Treasury, along with the award terms and conditions and assurances of compliance with the civil rights requirements that are requirements of accepting these funds. That's one.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie, I, Jamie?
Aye.
Number 2, I move that we appoint the board chair to serve as the town of Pownal's authorized representative as required by the coronavirus local fiscal recovery funding from the U.S. Treasury to assign the award terms and conditions and assurances of compliance with the civil rights requirements by July 15th.
Second.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie, I, Jamie?
Aye.
Number 3, I move that we name Tim Dardar, the executive assistant, to be the contact person for the town's CLRFR award from the U.S. Treasury.
I'll second that.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie, I, Jamie?
Aye.
Is that it?
That's it.
All
That's
right.
it. Thank you.
Excellent. All right.
Jennifer's here now.
Oh, Jesus, you scared us.
Sorry.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Hi. So I just have a couple of items I wanted to talk to everyone about. So first of all, I hope everyone's gotten the opportunity to see some of the progress that's happening down at the Center Street Park. There's been a lot of progress on the skate park, and Cliff and his crew look like they're going to be completing the last item in the next week or so. A new horseshoe pit was installed last weekend. We're just waiting for some sand for that. We're going to be installing a couple of grills in the next week. And we're moving ahead with a shade feature, which is coming through the library's Transforming Communities grant. So a lot of progress, good progress being made down at the park. Along with that, at the park, there are 2 wooden swings, one off to the side and one hanging from the tree. And they're both broken and rotted. So I wanted to ask the select board if there's a way that those could be disposed of.
Would you like them repaired?
I think they're beyond repair. I mean, someone
Okay.
could take a look at them, but they're really rotten. And
Okay.
they're actually a big safety hazard right now.
Okay.
Get a hold
So I'm,
ask Joel or like without looking at it, I don't know how.
The one, I don't know, I don't recall the one in the tree, Jennifer. I do recall the one on the ground. That's probably, it's just a standard 2-person swing, whatever, glider type thing. Not huge. A pickup would certainly dispose of it. I do believe. And I apologize. I do not recall the one in the tree.
yeah. So I don't know if that's something, you know, the crew, the highway crew or the town crew could take care of, or how should we go about that?
Do we want to see if we can get a, well, let's see if we can get a volunteer and then use the town resources as a last resort.
Right.
If we could find a volunteer to come down, I'm willing to come down and use my small pickup truck, if anything fits in it, to get it down to the transfer station. If we can get some people together to help
Take it down. Yeah. I'd
take it down and get it out of here.
Okay.
look at it. So
Okay. All right. We'll put that out there. We'll look for volunteers for that.
I know there was a question when I was down there with you guys. I know there was a question about the picnic tables, but then Cliff had mentioned to me, so that was the delay in that. He mentioned to me about possibly using some of the wood to build another feature at the skate park. I don't know if he ever did any of that part, Jennifer, but if not, then we can certainly look into the picnic tables as well. The ones that are no good. I don't know. I know that we were in, he came in here when I was in here one afternoon and we had discussed that. So.
Yep. He did use what he could off of the rotting ones, and he disposed of what was left. So those are all taken care of.
Oh,
yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
He took care of that.
And thank you for that for sure.
Yeah. So the second item I wanted to talk about was the town picnic. And so I know that has traditionally been held on the last weekend of August. So we're hoping to, resurrect that again this August. So I wanted to talk to the select board about what date to set for that. And also to sort of propose an idea which would make it more of like, not just a town picnic day, but more of like a Pownal weekend. And one of the things that we've been discussing with Faith Church is hosting a movie night to kick it off on Friday night, potentially with another community organization. And then, having the picnic that weekend and potentially one other event. So I wanted to present that for some thought.
So the 27th is the movie, would be the
27th, 28th, and 29th of August, correct?
Yes.
The only question and concern that I have with that is, and the idea is awesome. It has nothing to do with your idea. The town, the modular units for the new town hall are slated to be set on the 31st of August. So, which is Tuesday. I don't know if the units would be sitting here on a trailer that weekend or if they would be moving them in here that Monday.
That's a good question.
That's the only, you know, whether they would be here on site. So it would limit the available space.
Right.
Possibly just to limit the available space you'd have for parking, and because I don't know where they're going to store them.
Right.
I just have no clue. We haven't
Yeah,
got to that point
So
yet.
if they arrive on Monday, then we're fine. But if they arrive over the weekend or prior,
That's right.
then we need to figure out.
Then we need to figure that out. So
I'll reach out to them and ask.
Can we contact them and ask them like, yeah.
So
Okay.
Tim will reach out to the modular company.
Preferred builders.
Okay.
Preferred builders. Yeah, I couldn't think of it, Bob. Thank you. It's right there, and I just couldn't think of it. Like, oh shit. But we'll reach out to preferred builders, Jennifer, and if they're not going to bring them on until Monday, then I'm all for that weekend. And if they're going to be here, then maybe the following weekend or what. I know that's Labor Day weekend, but
Yeah. Or the week prior. We could work around that. Yep.
Exactly. I just I think it's an awesome idea, and excuse me, I just that was my only concern.
Sure. No, that's great. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so we'll wait to hear on that. The third item has to do with the Hoosick Bend Trail. There were some signs made for the trail, which were like the trailhead and some parking. And my understanding is they were given to the town highway department, or perhaps the town highway department has the signs. And they haven't been installed. So I was wondering who we could follow up on that with.
We'll have to follow up with Joel.
We can reach out to Joel.
Okay. If you could do that and let me know about that, that would be great. We're also going to be organizing like a volunteer day to clear that trail, which it just needs like a once a year trimming. So we're going to work on that. And then the final item is that we're taking a tour of an access area to the Strobridge Recreation Area and the Taconic Crest Trail this Saturday. That's one of the items that the committee is looking into, is how we get access. So we're doing that at 3 p.m. on Saturday, and just anyone that wanted to attend is welcome to join us. And that's it.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Great work.
Thank you.
It's nice to see all that coming together.
It is nice to see all the work going on down there, and I noticed this over the past weekend. There was a lot of activity down there, a lot of buzzing around with people working and back and forth, and it's nice to see.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Are you all set? I think she's already gone.
Yep, I was on mute. Sorry, all set.
Right,
Thank you very
much. Have a good night. Okay, so we are back to traffic ordinance.
Yes, so when Megan and I were preparing for the 60 days to make it official, we realized that we had not followed the correct procedure after the original vote of posting it in the town and allowing them the opportunity to do the petition that actually spells out what they have to do and what their laws are. So we reached out to VLCT, and they basically said to do it over so that there's no legal ramifications later. So what it would mean is you need to vote again on the change. And then at this point, we would post it and wait another 60 days. And if we don't receive a petition within 44 days against it, then it will go into effect that 60th day.
Okay.
I move that we
Do you need it?
accept the traffic ordinance dated. No, I don't. I just wanted the date on it. I'm not going to read the whole thing over again. Do you have it? It's right here. Let me just.
Oh, sorry.
Because it's buried in my packet. Thank you.
Welcome. Is it on that page?
No, we don't have a date on this.
Yep, it was adopted April 22nd, 2021.
Okay, so I move that we
And then it would
adopt the traffic ordinance dated April 22nd of 2021 as rewritten by the board.
Second it.
Any discussion? Bob?
Aye.
Bonnie?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie, aye. Jamie?
Aye.
Okay, so it was adopted on 7/8, and then the 60 days would be 9/8.
9/7.
9/7. Okay. We can verify
31 in
that.
August.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
Thank you for.
catching
you-
that.
yes,
You and Megan
you and
catching
Megan.
that.
Thank you, Tim, for,
That's wonderful.
yes.
Would see why.
I mean, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
As long as we catch them and fix them, that's all that matters.
Not that big a deal.
Ordinances have their own sort of highway they have to travel, separate from like
Regular.
the RB.
Well, the good news of that is that now we know and we won't make that mistake again because we know what we have to do for an ordinance. So perfect. That's perfect.
Thank you so much. Okay, moving on to town hall update. That's also Mike, or is it?
Me.
It'll be Tim
Tim.
and I, but Tim has it prepared.
Yep.
Okay.
So
So the last 3 or 4 months, we've been shuffling stuff around with vendors and making sure they're secured and signed up. So a few things have had to change, but the good news is the groundbreaking should be next week. Mike Connors, who's doing the excavation, is set to start sometime next week, depending upon the weather. And he's coming out Saturday to overview the site and do the final prep. We made some foundation changes so that we didn't have to have such a expensive foundation, making it a little more cost effective for ourselves. Through the preferred builders with the modular, we went through the whole plan and came up with a few things and realized we didn't need a sprinkler system and we could change a few things around and we saved $16,000 there.
Wow.
So that was good because we were able to add in a few extras when it comes to the siding and stuff. So everything would match. We wouldn't have to find that on the tail end. And then the second piece of it is we've come up with a phased approach to actually implementing the schoolhouse move. So at this point, what will occur is we will break ground, lay the foundation, set the modular pieces so that essentially at that point, some of the tradesmen will go in and finish that portion and we'll have the town hall piece that we need for us in this room.
Right.
And then probably next spring, we'll have a phase 2 that will move the schoolhouse into place on its foundation and finish off basically the meeting room space.
And we sure the vaults be done and the main town hall, main core.
Yes, only the schoolhouse portion will be in that phase 2 piece. And what that does is, one, a lot of the vendors couldn't meet the timelines because they didn't have workers.
Right.
Based on, with all the COVID changes. It'll give us a breather room to figure out that phase and get things planned a little more sequential so that we can pick dates and let it just fall into place.
Can you send Mrs. Lamp just a note of some type, just to let her know that's what
Yes.
our goal is?
Yes.
Sure.
Just,
Yes.
I mean, it's her property, so.
Yes.
We had moved into the 2-phase part of it just to bring everybody up to date. The construction team, which consists of our builders, Tim and myself, we moved into that 2-phase part of it versus just trying to do it all at once. A lot of it has to do with lack of labor.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's incredible how every vendor has a problem with labor. They can't get enough employees to do things. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's everywhere. And it was just going to be incredibly hard to make it happen in one phase. So we decided to move into the 2-phase project, which is going to put some rumors to rest that we're abandoning the schoolhouse part of it. That is totally false. It's just becoming a 2-phase project instead of a 1-phase, all at one time.
Beautiful.
And how will that affect the cost? Should it affect the cost?
I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, there will be a price increase only because of everything with the vendors and cost of materials. We don't know the exact number yet.
For the phase 2, correct?
No, but I
No,
don't,
but the,
I don't think going into a 2-phase project, I know what your question is.
Right.
I don't think going from a single phase project, and we're pretty confident of this, I think I can say this, going from a single phase project into the 2-phase is going to affect the price versus, 1 versus 2.
Right.
The whole entire project is, materials have killed us. Concrete is incredibly, has taken an incredible jump. Materials, a quote on materials right now, when Eric was in here yesterday, is only good for 7 days. So when somebody, and we have purchased some materials, we for the project because we're trying to be preemptive. Because of it was jumping so crazily. So we do have some of the our materials that we need for our builder and our project. We have some of those purchased already, or at least sitting there with our name stamped on them at a certain price.
Okay, good.
O'Connor's good with that as far as the move.
Yeah, they were all.
He was.
Everyone was happy to hear it.
That made him. Yeah, that made everybody happy because it was.
I think that's where you were going.
Well, yeah, that as well.
Yeah.
But I know that people are having problems with employers.
Oh, definitely.
It's incredible.
It's ridiculous.
It's every vendor.
Yeah.
it's fine if we don't have an answer to this, but but one thing that does come to mind is the that section where the schoolhouse goes. Was that intended to be, and now it will be, at least for a short period of time, an exterior wall where it wasn't intended to be an exterior wall? Are there any implications there?
We're working through that with the engineer.
Okay.
What you're asking is if it needs to be a frost wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
that's we've been working on that the last 3 or 4 days, last couple of weeks, I guess, actually, probably the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
When it first came up. I think that's a great point, Bob, and I think we do have an answer for it. I think if the worst case scenario right now is, I talked to the concrete guy today. We pour that westerly wall and we block in the 2 door openings, and then we backfill that on a temporary basis to be dug out in the spring so it's not exposed to frost. That's our initial plan, subject to change, but that's where we're at right now. But we're talking with engineers, and this is a project. I'll be honest with you. Tim has put in an incredible amount of time on this with the vendors and with our builders. We met with concrete guys today. We meet with Eric every Wednesday, Eric or Aaron or both. Our builders, we have a standing Wednesday appointment. Sometimes we have a bunch of stuff to go over, and sometimes it's very little stuff. But right now, I think the project is very much on task. As far as getting phase 1 completed. It's taken us a little while to get things really lined up, but a project of this magnitude, I don't think that we're really lagging behind on it.
I don't think so at all.
No, I know.
In fact, I'm really impressed with how it's moving together, because there are some real challenges here. There's challenges
Absolutely.
with labor, with product costs, getting preferred to hold their prices, doing all of that.
Yeah.
That was just pretty incredible work. And so I'm just asking the questions.
No, and that's fine. I'm glad to answer questions, because I know there's a lot of rumors flying around on things that are going on and aren't going on, and the project hasn't changed. There has been some changes. We've changed certain things with preferred builders, but it's all minor stuff that is. It just comes up as they're building this building, such as the sprinkler system. We saved a bunch of money, and the siding that was not. It was just, we made some decisions that it's better to do it this way, that way, and whatever. So, and in each phase that we make a change, a lot of times we have to check with the state fire marshal's office. We have to check with our engineers. We have to, so the change isn't just, go ahead and make it blue instead of yellow. There's a lot of working pieces. I'm sure you know that. There's a lot of working pieces in making those changes to make sure that we can do it. And financially, the changes have been, the changes haven't been impacted us financially. It's the cost of materials are where the financial impact has been. Has not been the changes except for the saving
$16,000.
which has been a total savings, on that part of it. So just little things, just an update.
All right, thank you very much, both of you on your,
And our builder.
yes, absolutely.
Aaron and Eric, they're putting a lot of time into this. They're here. One or both is here every Wednesday. Whether,
It's lots of good work. I
Thank
mean,
you
I
to
have been
everybody
following
that's
it,
involved.
Really,
Mhm. They're local. They want to take in, they want to show some pride in a town building and,
Yep.
And they're extremely involved in it. They're extremely involved in every phase of it. And I think Tim's doing an awesome job with the emails back and forth, keeping them involved. With even simple decisions that we don't really necessarily have to include them, but they're included in everything anyway, so that there's no surprises by anybody for sure.
Thank you. All right, so now it's time for public comment. If there's anybody out there that would like a public comment, please raise your hand.
There's no one here for public comment, but we had the zoning bylaws hearings to schedule.
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Megan. All right, bylaws hearing dates.
So just an update on that.
Yes.
The planning commission, as we had asked them, went back and I believe the date was the 29th of June when
Yes,
they
it
had their
was.
planning commission meeting.
Yep.
And adopted or made those changes that we had requested that they make.
Yep.
On the zoning bylaws. And I think it was an extremely timely process for them. I think they did it extremely quick.
I think they turned it around
Yeah,
very fast.
Very
Yes,
fast. I
very
am
fast.
extremely impressed with the planning commission and how fast they did turn that around. So kudos to that board or commission. And I think we just need to schedule our public hearings and get the bylaws in place. And I don't know, is it 15 days? Is that when we have to do, Megan, right? So we can schedule them 15 days. And then let's get it done.
And so that, just kind of reminder to everybody that when we do those bylaws, when they came back, if I understood it correctly, there were 2 or 3 changes that we had requested.
Yep.
We did also request that they investigate areas for industrial. That is not included. In
Right, they did the
We
town,
were gonna
the tiny house,
that.
Right.
the tiny house, the tiny house, the
Tiny
tiny house. Boy, sorry.
But we agreed on
The
that.
junk cars.
And yeah, let me find it. It's all highlighted. The
There's
junk cars.
Junk cars, the tiny house, the camps only allowed in the forest zone on the
Right.
initial set.
Yeah,
and
camps.
switching it to RR1 and RR2,
It's right here.
adding that
And then
portion.
Yeah.
storage unit,
And
right?
this-
Silent storage.
We didn't talk about that.
No, that was a change in there and we didn't discuss that. We didn't ask them to change any of that. That was a change in the bylaws.
They already.
Your information. Didn't talk about
I'm sure.
I'm
it.
positive.
What do you mean?
The motor vehicle scrap yards, the tiny
Right.
the tiny houses.
There was those 3
And the
things
camps.
in the camp.
Yep, that was the
Yep.
3 things. Yep.
And then they are still like.
Working
as
on
Bob
the-
said,
They're still
They are
looking
still
for-
working on the industrial
Right,
portion of it. That's right.
That would be a bigger change, but
right.
we'll have the new improved bylaws in place and then we'll talk about that.
So are we going to make a motion to accept that with the changes tonight and then set the dates?
I think so.
Yes, correct?
Gotta
Because that's what we asked them to
Well, I
do.
think
I think we have to have hearings before we can accept the bylaws.
Okay,
And then after the public hearings, we can accept
okay,
the bylaws.
Right.
So I think we need to set dates for those public hearings.
our next meeting is the 22nd, right, of June, so we could definitely, or July, excuse me.
It's not a whole year.
So we could do the first one before our regular meeting.
No, we have to have 15 days.
yeah,
In
so
between.
no, you have to warn it at least 15 days in
Oh,
advance
warn it
and then the
first.
2 have to be within a certain amount of time. I don't know the exact.
I think the first time we can actually talk about them or have a public hearing is the week of July 26th. Yeah.
I think that's right.
So why couldn't we do? I think the DRB He's having a meeting on the 28th
Thursday, Friday.
of July, which is a Wednesday. What can we do? Megan, do you know if the planning commission has a meeting on the 27th of July?
They don't. It's the 20th.
So could we do July 27th and July 29th for our two public hearings? Because the 28th, I know the DRB has a public hearing scheduled the 28th.
Yep.
So they would be in here that night. So if we did Tuesday and Thursday of the week of the 26th, then we could adopt those bylaws at our meeting in August. Does that sound?
27th, 28th, you're talking about?
Oh,
27th
27th and 29th
29th.
of July for our public hearings.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And then we could adopt the bylaws on August. Excuse me, our next meeting would be August 12th. We could adopt the bylaws on August 12th.
Are we doing 7 or we want to do a 6:30 or?
What's best for Bob?
Well, 20, I could do either one, but 29th, I may not be able to attend.
Okay,
No, the 28th or no.
no, the
He said the
27th
27th
and
and
the
the
27th
29th.
and 29th, because the 28th, the DRB has a public hearing already scheduled.
Okay.
I'm
So-
talking time, Bob. 6:30 or 7 is better for you.
I could do 6:30 or 7, whichever better for the board. We might get more public participation at 7 because other people work too.
And, you know, I think there's a valid point to that, Bob, because typically the select board
Is at
meetings are
7.
7 o'clock.
Yep.
DRB meetings are 7. Planning commission meetings are 7. So maybe by jumping to that 6:30, we may kick out people that aren't used to
People
that.
joining at 7 and finding out it's over.
That's right. So
Right, okay,
I'd like to
7?
go to 7 o'clock on
That's
the
fine.
27th and 29th.
Okay. That will be July 27th and July 29th, Thursday at 7 PM,
Yep.
Yep, Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Thursday.
And if things go well, we should be able to adopt on the 12th of August.
Yep.
In our meeting.
Yep.
So let's make sure that's on our agenda for the 12th.
Yep.
Please.
Okay. Is that good, Megan? You got that?
She's got it.
She's got it.
Got it.
Thank you. Is there anybody there for public comment?
There's 4 people.
No one's raising their hand.
All right.
Um,
So then I need a motion to go into executive session for personnel.
I move we go into executive session for personnel.
Can I have a second?
second.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Angie? I. Jamie?
Hi.
Recording stopped.
I gotta pee.
Me too, so hurry up.
I'm gonna sit there for a while.
I'm wondering if maybe every
Recording in progress.
Aye.
Hi.
Okay, now we need to go into executive session for legal and contractual. Can I entertain a motion, please?
I move we go into executive session for legal and contractual.
I'll second.
Ronnie?
Aye.
Bob?
Aye.
And Mike?
Yes.
Angie? I. Jamie?
Hi.
I'm getting tired, sorry.
for
Recording
legal
in
and
progress.
contractual.
Second that.
Ronnie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Angie, I, Jamie.
Aye.
All right, we're back into regular session.
We're not taking any action on the legal contractual, but we are, as a board, going to make a statement. In regards to the forensic audit, there is one unresolved matter for which the board is seeking additional information at this time.
Okay,
I move that we adjourn.
do you have a second? Okay, Ronnie,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Angie, I, Jamie.
Aye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.